What's up, everybody? I know it's been a while. It's like oh, that ain't going to. Okay, so I know it's been a while since I've been live. Um, and I'm not gonna be on here long today. I'm just coming to touch base with everybody, to kind of let you know how I'm doing, um, and to give an update on my journey. As you all know, I am the people's advocate, and I am representing um, the homeless community through my nonprofit organization, Community Bridges Incorporated. For those of you that don't know, I started this nonprofit organization back in the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, as a result of my experience of a wrongful eviction and disability and housing discrimination. I realized that a lot of the services that were supposed to be available for people um, who were homeless or disabled were almost impossible to access. So I decided to create an organization that could help bridge the gaps in between the homeless community and the service providers. Um, what I realized is that we have a lot of people in positions of power that are making decisions about the lives of people who are experiencing homelessness, and they didn't really have an inside voice speaking for people who are actively experiencing homelessness. So that was what I created my organization to shine light on. Uh, what I did realize is that in order to be able to really speak for the people, you got to go to where the people are. Um, and as some of you know, one of the things that I take pride in is that I am not afraid to go wherever I need to go to stand up for what's right, especially when it relates to my people. So that brings me to where I am. Um, I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee at the Salvation Army Women's Transitional Housing Program. And this is a journey for me because I realized as I was trying to build my capacity for my nonprofit and to get traction built, I was reaching out to people who were not actively experiencing homelessness, trying to gain support and bring attention to the issue. But I had to realize that for most people, unless you're directly affected by something, you're not really going to be as concerned or involved with an issue, a social justice issue, um, even when it comes to things that, could even possibly be affecting your family members, unless it actually hits home, you're not going to really feel the need to spend your time, energy, or money to support it. So I said, in order for me to be able to gain the support I need, as well as to get support for my nonprofit, including funding, because there's a lot of federal funding going on out here that without us being able to show proof of what we're trying to do with our nonprofits, we can't go and ask for funding for something that we can't show that there's a actual need for. People like to see numbers. People like to see actual names with faces, and instead of just a ballpark figure, if you can't put a name with a face and to actually show statistics as how many people are affected, you're not going to really get that response that you need. So I said, what better way for me to get that information than for me to actually go and get myself involved in a program. So I'm here. It took a minute, took a couple of months. I had to, do a little fussing and fighting, and advocating for myself, but I'm here. And I just wanted to share it with you all because I know there's some people that are, when we speak as advocates and activists, some people feel as though, we need to see more people doing things like, um, y'all know that movie, what was it, The Spook That Sat Behind the Door, or whatever that was called. Um, you got to be able to go inside and get the real information to bring back to the people. And sometimes you have to, when you're doing that, you're not going to always be in a comfortable situation. It's not going to always be pleasant, but you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to go and get what you need. So that's what I'm here doing. And I want you all to know that I'm okay. I am right downtown Nashville. Actually, let me see if I can give you all um, a view. Like if you can see, one day I'm gonna take y'all for some little sightseeing and stuff. But like you can see the Batman building from where I'm standing and everything. Um, where I'm parked at. But really, since I've been here, I moved in on Tuesday. I think it was the 13th, and I've gone to several homeless planning COC meetings that are, surrounding and discussing the plans for addressing homelessness here in Nashville. Um, they really are starting to understand that they've missed the mark. And now they're actually realizing that they need to include the voices of people with lived experience. So while I'm here, I'm actively connecting with people, a lot of women that are going through different situations that led them to homelessness. Um, and it's just really been humbling as well as inspiring to let me know that there's a purpose behind what I'm doing, regardless of the fact that it's taken several years to get, any responses. We're right now, some of the ladies that I've been working with in the past, advocating and involved with organizing. We just presented another proposal to the the city of Nashville to get funding to start a program to address homelessness. And my program that I created, that I designed, it will be to address people living in their vehicles. Because what we realize is that with the shortage of affordable housing right now, even when you qualify for public housing or Section 8 or anything like that, the waiting lists are so long and the process takes so long to get approved that a lot of people are living in their vehicles. So, and on top of that, like some people are like working homeless where it's not that they don't have a job or they're not trying to be um, responsible, but the cost of living and the price of rent is so outrageous that they can't afford rent. So that leaves them to sleeping in their vehicles. There needs to be something done about that. And here recently, I don't know if y'all heard it in the news, but Tennessee State University has had such a increase of students coming to their university that they were unable to house some of the students, and they have a lot of college students sleeping in their vehicles here. So it was just kind of crazy that I had already developed this proposal for creating a safe parking space for people living in their vehicles. But then for this issue with the Tennessee State University to come about, it really got the attention of some of the local Metro Council members who are over the budgeting and finance and education budgets for the city of Nashville. So at some of the meetings that I've been going to, I actually ran into one of the councilmen, and he asked for my input on what that would look like, not knowing that I'm already done presented a $1.4 million proposal to the continuum of care. Um, and to make a long story short, I just feel like this has been divine timing, and everything is actually beginning to fall in place. Um, the other part that I feel that is important for me and why I'm here is to be able to bring people that are currently homeless into this process of having our voices heard and compensated for. And right now, that the term that they're using for that is lived experience. So they putting a value on lived experience, and what better place to come and get that lived experience than actual people that are actually in programs like this. So that's part of my proposal, is to employ people with livable wages to actually be like peer support specialists for others that are experiencing homelessness, so that we're not really because from my experience, when you have um let's say social service providers that come from just a college education background, they're not really coming from having experience of homelessness. They're just coming from, they've gone to school to do a certain job relating to providing assistance to homeless people. um it kind of makes the connection, there's a gap with the connection, because you kind of feel like they're looking down on you, or they're not able to really relate. When you're dealing with people that have recent experience, they can more be more able to give you the support that you need, as well as information about services that some of these social service providers don't even know about. Because when you're out here in the streets, or in the, you know, living and experiencing homelessness, word of mouth is something major. And for me, I just want to make sure that we don't continue to be ignored and overlooked in this process, because right now our tax dollars are being spent on these programs, and we need to make sure that they're actually reaching us and reaching our people, because we're the ones that are, disproportionately affected by homelessness and discrimination. Okay, see, somebody would call me as soon as I get on here. Um, so basically, I just wanted to come and just say that I am okay, and I am okay, and I will be bringing you all some more content. I would ask for you all to begin to like, share, and subscribe, because we're gonna be bringing more content. I'm down here networking with uh other people that are that have nonprofits and that are involved in um using their lived experience and their nonprofits to actually um bring solutions to the table for us. And it's time for us to receive assistance and funding so that we can better help our people, because we know what we need better than they do. um I'm just excited about the future. I do know that you know this isn't going to be an easy process, but I can say that there are now where I was not getting responses, I'm now getting responses. Oh, and as far as the federal lawsuit, I got that served on everybody. I'm waiting on my return receipts. I've gotten about 5 of them back so far, um, so that I can turn it into the courts and get my scheduling order. Um, it's just a perfect storm going on right now, and I just want y'all to be um, encouraged and to stay tuned and to really be ready to share your experiences, because a lot of the things that some of us are also kind of advocating for, like people that have been wrongly incarcerated and targeted, these things apply because, right now it's a felony to be sleeping on any public place, or to be camping on any public place in the state of Tennessee. So, like, say for instance, if you're just sleeping in the Walmart parking lot, or you're just parked on private property, waiting in between you getting off from work and you're waiting before you go inside somewhere, and the police decides, oh well, aren't you supposed to be here, or you look suspicious, let me go and ask you some questions about where you live. It's a felony if they wanted to really push it, if you appear to be living or sleeping on private property. Now they do have to give you like citations, and they give you so many days to move and all that. But the point is, they can actually come and question you at this point. And for us, we just tend to, rightfully so, kind of have a fear of being approached by the police for what appears to be no reason at all. Because, you could just be waiting to go inside of your house. I'm saying these things without calling specific names, and calling out specific situations. So I would also ask that you all, because this is not, I don't have this scripted out, or I don't have, like, I'm just coming on here to wing this and just update y'all on some things. But I don't know if you all are still following Major TV. We are planning to do a couple of things with Major. He's going to do an interview with me and one of my partners that are actually applying for this grant with me, so that we can kind of bring attention to what our nonprofits are doing and how the community can help, and also just to let other people know what's going on, and how they can, if they have you know ideas about how they can help create solutions, this is the time to do it. They're putting, like, for Nashville, they're presenting a $50 million proposal to Metro Council to address homelessness. And they've been traditionally given these grants and the funding to certain organizations. But what they're saying now is that they have to start bringing in new organizations. But if you don't have your stuff together to be able to qualify, because certain steps you got to take to get your nonprofit established and to get everything approved through the IRS and everything, you got to get a head start on these things. But it's just more information going to be available. But what you can do in the meantime, because I'm pretty much busy right now, and I'm still working on my alternative dispute resolution certification. They gave me an extension on that so that I can actually complete that and use it to provide landlord tenant mediation services as part of my proposal that we presented. But you can find out more information about that on my website that Major TV helped me update. Check it out at www.communitybridges1111.org. And sign up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Y'all know I don't have all of the lingo down packed about that, but we do need to start building capacity and to get more attention on what we're doing. So with that being said, I just want y'all to know that I love you. I'm still out here standing for something, and I ain't falling for nothing. And we ain't scared. So, the thing is, be willing to speak up, regardless of if it's popular, and regardless of if you have support. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm down here by myself in the belly of the beast, and we out here getting some stuff done. So just be looking out. I'm gonna be collaborating with some other people. I'm gonna be bringing some more people on here in the near future. Possibly doing some interviews on some oh crap, local radio stations. Well, on what is that? Facebook, and it's a radio station, but not one of the main radio stations. It's through one of the churches and stuff. But we're about to get this information out there. And I'm just giving you a kind of summary without giving any specifics because you know how that goes. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out to Faith Community Incorporated and Visionaries Incorporated. Yes, we here. And I just want y'all to stay tuned and be ready to support. All right. But love, light, and life lessons learned the hard way. This is the People's Advocate. Peace.